Hi everyone, welcome to the In Transition Garden Tour. The season is changing from spring into summer, and what's different about this garden tour is that I have to make some decisions about what's going to stay and what's going to go to make room for the warm weather veggies. And maybe as I wander around the garden and bring you along with me, you'll learn something that will help you in your garden too. I'm CaliKim. Welcome to my garden. Camera guy, start us off with a drone shot. For those of you that are new viewers, stepping off to the deck here, we come to our hill garden. Now this gets a ton of sun in the summertime, but not much in the winter, so it's definitely in transition. Now the herb garden is just freshly planted out, so that's definitely staying. But the rest of the hill is awash with beautiful colors of nasturtiums. Now nasturtiums are a cool weather flower, and they're not gonna last past 75 or 80 degrees. So the rest of the hill is definitely in transition. Much as I hate to take the nasturtiums out, pretty soon the weather will make the choice for me. They'll fade in the hot sun and I'll have to remove them to make room for my cucumbers, my tomatoes, my watermelon. It's always an exciting transition to make, albeit just a little bit sad too. The herb garden stays. Nasturtiums will be gone. If you enjoy our videos, please hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps us out. Here at the bottom of the hill garden, we have our passion fruit vine, given to me years ago as a tiny cutting by Nisha, one of our viewers. Now we pruned it back for the winter time and it's just now breaking out with a lot of new growth. Pretty soon it'll be blooming and producing a ton of fruit for us. So passion fruit definitely stays. Little spot here at the bottom of the hill that's been really neglected over the winter time. We got weeds, we got lettuce bolting. There's really not much edible growing here. I bet you don't have areas like this, right? This is definitely gonna go, and I'm still not sure what I'm gonna plant here, but it's gonna be out of here soon. One thing that's so much fun about this transition time is seeing all the plants that were dormant over the winter time start to break out with new life and new growth. And here we have the blackberries, whereas if you recall, we transplanted these to make room for our deck expansion project, and I wasn't sure if I would be getting blackberries this year. But I'm very excited to show you that they are just busting out with brand new growth, and I really think I'm gonna get a great crop of berries this year. My plan here is to trellis them up this mesh trellis here against the fence to keep them under control. So blackberries definitely staying. I can't wait for a fresh juicy berry. Now here, there's trouble in paradise. This is what we've affectionately dubbed the smart pot stack because of our favorite growing containers. However, it's become a problem. It's starting to sag from all the weight of the soil. We've actually had to remove a lot of containers because we thought it was maybe gonna cave in. It collects water and I just don't like the look of it. It's old. In my opinion, it should go and make space for a new garden area. But camera guy over here has other ideas.
That's right. Hi, I'm camera guy, the person behind the camera, Kim's husband, and I'm also our editor. We have a great time doing this. I'd like this to stay. I want to refurbish it, reinforce it. I like the idea of having something that stands up from the ground, that has something that you can step into and walk around and place things on. I just think that adds a nice texture to the garden space.
Smart pot stack
Stays.
For those of you that haven't met him yet, I'm glad you finally got to meet Camera Guy. And now we're coming over here to one of my favorite garden beds in the entire garden, the mini elevated raised bed. This one's actually in my book on raised bed gardening, on how to build it. And this garden bed is definitely in transition. It is full of cool weather vegetables, which I absolutely love. However, there are some things that are gonna need to come out very soon. The minuet cabbage here, definitely coming out. It got attacked by earwigs and pill bugs. And unfortunately, I didn't get my pest protection down soon enough, and it's full of holes. So I don't think, unfortunately, we're gonna be able to enjoy it. Minuet cabbage, it's gone. The Vita Verde cauliflower, it's just not quite getting enough sunlight right now to produce heads. The weather's getting warm, so it definitely needs to be pulled out to make room for some cucumbers probably. However, I have some beautiful Oregon sugar snap peas. They happen to be in my pea seed collection, which are going crazy. Just really started to take off. They're loving the rain, they're loving my beautiful tree branch trellis, and I think we're gonna be harvesting a really nice crop within a couple of weeks. Fingers crossed, before the weather gets warm, we can get them harvested and enjoy them, and then at that point, pull them out, and I plan to trellis some beautiful Diva cucumbers up my wooden ladder tree branch trellis for us to enjoy this summer. So peas for now are staying, but soon they'll be out of here too. When I'm trying to decide whether to leave a plant or whether to pull it in this transition period, there's a couple of different things I like to look at. Number one being the appearance. For example, these nasturtiums are starting to fade. They're really reaching the end of their life. This is the sunniest spot in our garden right now, and they usually are the first to go. So I will be pulling these out in the next couple of days to make room for some peppers. The second thing I like to look at is how much more production am I going to get out of this plant. Example here is this endive. It's a cool weather green, and cool weather greens bolt when it gets over 75 degrees. They shoot up a tall stalk from the middle. The flavor of the leaf changes, so it's really not much good for eating anymore. So I am going to be pulling that out and also be planting some more peppers in its place. On the other hand, next to the endive is some other lettuce that hasn't started to bolt yet, and I'll definitely be able to get a lot more production out of that before the weather gets too hot. The other lettuces in this garden bed are staying. A little tip to help extend the life of your cool weather greens. As soon as it starts to bolt, like this minuet cabbage is here, just trim off the bolting stalk. It will help your greens grow just a little bit longer so you can get a few more harvests out of them before the leaves turn bitter. I missed it with my minuet cabbage and my mini elevated raised bed, but I'm not missing it with this. Pest control is huge during the transition period. The pests love to come out when it's wet, it's been raining, and I am going to catch this first with the takedown spray. Now, takedown is by Monterey, and it really takes down just about any insect you might have: aphids, whiteflies, cucumber beetles, all kinds of insects. It's very, very effective. And it's always good to spray preventatively before you see the pests come out. And then if you do see holes in your leaves, definitely spray it, especially with your young seedlings, because you want to give them the best chance of establishing their roots and turning into a strong, healthy seedling that's going to produce you a lot of food. And why I like takedown is because it kills all stages of the insect, from the larva to the eggs to the adult. This section of our garden is what we like to call the chill zone. So come on in and chill with us. Now, this garden bed here, we built a couple of years ago. It's a 4x8 raised bed. The design is also in my book on raised bed gardening. Most of this in here needs to go. It was such a gorgeous garden bed about a month ago with tons of beautiful romaine lettuce, the parsley, but it's reached the end of its life. You can see all of my lettuce has started to bolt. It's always kind of sad when that happens. I really enjoyed the winter greens, but soon we'll be planting heat-tolerant greens. So all this is going to come out, except for this sorrel here is a beautiful perennial green, and the chard will be cut back. See all the holes in the leaves here too. I didn't catch the pest control on this one enough, but chard you can actually cut back and it will grow back with beautiful new leaves. Now, I do have a couple of peppers in here that are overwintering that will probably start to put on some new growth. Peppers, gonna stay. And one of my very favorite things in the garden are the scarlet runner beans. Crazy enough, my scarlet runner beans actually overwintered this year. I trimmed all the brown growth off, planted a couple new bean seeds, and they are starting to bust out with beautiful red flowers. And we love seeing the bees and the hummingbirds buzz and fly around here. So scarlet runner beans, definitely staying. So although it's kind of sad a lot of this is going, I'm also very excited to get some fresh new plants in here, making room for some squash, which I'm going to grow vertically, some more strawberries that will spill over the front, and probably a whole lot more pepper plants. And I'm thinking about putting in a big giant watermelon right here on the sturdy A-frame trellis. So let me know what you think about that. Welcome to one of my very favorite parts of the garden, my pollinator garden. Spring is such a beautiful time in the pollinator garden. All the wildflower seeds are popping up and blooming. The nasturtiums look beautiful spilling over the edge. The mint and the sage are just going crazy, and the bees are starting to come in. However, it's definitely in transition as the nasturtiums fade. We'll pull those out, and the lettuce I had growing in my red planters over the winter is definitely bolting. Would you look at these tall stalks? In fact, they're starting to produce flowers here. Now, by the way, if you let these flowers completely dry up, they will produce seeds, which you can then collect and save and plant again, or you can cut the flowers off. They're edible. You can pop them on your salads, and they're quite delicious. However, I'm going to be pulling those out because I've got dahlias coming in soon. The tubers are in the ground and are just starting to wake up. I've got some beautiful new dinner plate dahlias I need to make space for, as well as the zinnias. I love just blanketing this whole entire area with zinnias of every single color that I possibly can have. And you would not believe how it brings in the bees and the butterflies, and I really can't wait to get them planted. So bolting lettuce, definitely going. Wildflowers and herbs are staying because they love the warm weather. The nasturtiums will be going as soon as the flowers start to fade and the plants start to die from the warm weather.
Pardon the mess. This is the biggest transition in our backyard right now, the deck expansion. Phase 3, final phase, pushing out the Smart Pots deck 5 feet. It's gonna be a big job. Now make sure you stay tuned because we will show you a final video once this project is done. Thanks so much for watching our garden transition, does it stay or does it go garden tour. And it was really good to meet a lot of you as well.
Let us know what you learned, what you enjoyed the most. We really look forward to reading your comments. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time in the garden.